Hello students, you are welcome in today's video. In today's video, we are going to continue with the Kailash Satyarthi's speech. In a previous video, we discussed that Kailash Satyarthi was telling about some of the courageous activists, those who were working with Kailash Satyarthi. And he said that because of the efforts, because of the sacrifices of all these peoples all over the world, we are able to reduce some of the things. For example, of number of not going school children's, child labors, malnutrition, death rate, mortality, everything means whatever he mentioned in the we studied in the previous video. So they were able to do that. But one more thing he is telling along with that, and what he says that we have achieved lot of things, but lot of things are still left. Don't think that challenges are over now. Lot of challenges are still lying in front of us, and that's why in today's video what we are going to discuss, we are going to discuss about all these things. What he is saying, he says, friends, the biggest challenge or the biggest crisis knocking on the door of humankind is the fear and intolerance. This problem is, the two things which he is mentioning here, the fear and intolerance, is really becoming a problem all over the world, means not only in India but all over the world. What he is telling, he is saying the two biggest challenges are standing in front of the humankind. And what is that? It is the fear and intolerance. Fear of doing certain things, and intolerance. What is meant by intolerance? Intolerance is not respecting the views of others. Okay, not respecting or not giving respect to the views of others. So these two big problems are standing in front of us. They are challenging us, and we have utterly failed. And why these problems are arising before us? Because we have utterly failed our children in imparting an education. Understood what he's saying? Because all the educations of this world, not only from in a particular country, but the education of this humankind, what we are imparting to the children, is wrong. Actually, we have imparted the books to the children, we have not imparted the knowledge to the children. Further, he says that I hope you understood this. If utterly children imparting the education, because we are not able to give education to the children. In what sense, we will see. An education that gives the meaning and objective of life. What is my observation? The more we are taking education, the more we are we are forgetting our human values. We forget that what is the sole reason that we took birth as a human. हम लोग भूल जाते हैं इंसान के नाते हम लोग ने जैसे जन्म लिया है, तो एक इंसान का व्हाट इज द कर्तव्य क्या है, इंसान की ड्यूटीज़ क्या है, ये हम लोग भूल जाते हैं. We all the time we run after the things, material things, and when we achieve that, we feel that we did a very big thing. And why it happens? It happens because somewhere our education systems fail to impart the education, the knowledge. Getting? Because of that, क्योंकि वो ऐसी चीज़, the objective of life जो जीने का, हमारे जीने का क्या मतलब है? If we will think, what is the objective of our life? Why we are living? We are living to fill our tummies, to fill our stomach. No, this is not the sole intention. Along with this, of course, this is one of them we can say. But along with this, many such things are there. The first important thing is we must serve the humanity. We have taken the birth as a human so that we can serve others. Service is the biggest thing which we should do, but we have except service we are doing everything. And that is why he's saying like that. He says because our education systems are failed to do this, and that is what the result of all these things. And education that gives us a sense of global citizenship among the youth. And in today's education actually what is happening, children are not taught that you are a global citizen. They are not told that all the human beings are your brothers. The feeling of brotherhood is somewhere we are losing that feeling of feeling of brotherhood somewhere, and that is what the biggest problem. And that is why we all the time we are talking about I belong to India, we will attack on Pakistan, China will attack on us, America will attack on this, that we are behind all these things, but we are not thinking that if one human is killing another human, what we are doing finally, we are killing our brother. We are killing one human. We are failing in we have failed in that, and it is because of the education. Because the education which we are getting, we are not trained, we are not taught in that way. This is what very important, and he wants to say the same words. And he says, I am afraid that the days is not very far away when the cumulative results of this failure will culminate in the unprecedented violence, and that will be a suicidal for humankind. I hope you are understanding. The lines are very easy actually. What he's saying? He's saying that I'm feeling, I am afraid. If these things were going in this way, a day is not far away when the result of this will come, and there will be a big blast, and humankind would not be there on this world, on this earth. Because finally what will happen, we will become the enemies of each other, and as a result we will kill each other, and nobody will remain on this earth, on this mother earth. And that is why what is the need of the hour is that we must understand our prime duty. And what is our prime duty? Our prime duty is, as a human, we must we must do something, we must think good about others, and we have failed in that. Rights, security, hope can only be restored through education. And all these things, whatever I am talking, whatever he wants to tell us, all these things are possible only and only when we will get an education in right sense, in right direction. Just we are mugging up the question answers, writing exams, passing exams, we are securing our jobs, we are earning, we are having food, eating, spending our life. In that way we are not going to that is not an education. Knowledge is necessary. We must get knowledge. And he says that if we want to talk, when we talk about rights, when we talk about security, when we talk about hope and all these things, when we will understand humanity, when we will get true education. And today there is a need of true education. Okay, so young people like Malala, I have started calling her my daughter Malala, and not just Malala. So my daughter Malala and other daughters including Kainat, in fact 2 Kainats, Shazia, and daughters from Africa and all over the world. They are rising up and choosing peace over violence, tolerance over extremism, and courage over fear. And he is furthering saying, Malala, and because Malala also got a Nobel Prize in the same ceremony. She is sitting there, and other activists are also sitting there. So he is calling now. He says, and that's why Malala, I started calling Malala as not Malala. I started Malala as my daughter Malala. Okay. He said Malala, and there are some other girls are sitting. In fact, he has taken some of the names like Kainat, Shazia, and other daughters from those who were present there on that occasion from Africa and all over the world. So pointing towards them, He's saying, I started calling them as my daughters. And why I'm calling them as my daughters, why I'm mentioning them in these ceremony, because what they have done, they have chosen peace over violence. They have understood all these things, they have understood humanity, and that's why they choose peace over violence, tolerance over extremism, okay, and courage over fear. So they have accepted, they understood all the true values of life, and they choose all that thing, though there is a threat to their life, but still they are not paying any heed to all such things like extremism, violence and fear. And that's why I like such girls, and I want such many more such girls, many more such children should come forward to serve humanity. The solutions are emerging. He says that it's not only problems are there, of course problems are there, but it's not that only problems are there, solutions are coming day by day, solutions are coming. But these solutions we cannot find in the deliberations in the conference halls. What is happening, see, everywhere in the world we can see, not in India only, because this is what the trend, it is going everywhere. Whenever some of the solutions have to be find out, at that time these solutions are found out in small cabins in the conference halls. Some of the officers, they are sitting together, they are compiling some data from somewhere, and on the basis of that they are taking the decisions, and the decision taken by them, we are following the decisions, and that is why we are not getting that exact solution. That is why some loopholes are there. Actually, who will give us solutions? Who will give us, from where we can get solutions? We can get solutions from the people, those who are actually working on the ground, those every day to day, every day on daily basis, those who are facing these dangers, those who are rescuing the children. These people knows what are exact problems and what are the solutions on this. And for this, what the government should do, what policy makers should do, government should take their view in consideration, should allow them to be with these committees and conferences, and then they should make their policies. Then only these policies will get a success, will able to save some more children. This is what Kailash Satyarthi wants to tell us. At the same time, he is telling that those people, those who are really working on the ground, those who are really accepting the challenges, those who are really accepting the threats, attacks, are unknown. Nobody knows them, and that's why in this speech we have seen he has taken many names now: Malala, Kaina, Shazia, Dhoom, who is that? Kalu Kumar, Dhoomdas, Adarsh Kishore, Iqbal Masi, many such names he has taken in this speech. The reason is that because such people, those who are really working on the ground, they are not getting any kind of acknowledgement from us, and that's why remember, those people are really working on the ground. You too, me too, must be with them. Okay, so with this we have finished part 1. Let us continue with the part 2 in next video. Okay, have a nice day.